My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition Mr. T. And so here we have the Ultimate Edition Mr. T pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Mr. T does come with two different head sculpts. We do get the stern, angry expression, and then we do get one where his teeth are gritted. He also does come with two pairs of hands. We get a pair of fists, as well as a pair of grip hands. He does come with a Hulkamania hat, which does fit on either of his heads. He does come with a red Hulkamania shirt as well, which does rip in the front. He does come with his entrance robe, which is another nice soft goods addition. Then he does come with his signature gold chains, which go around his neck very nicely, as well as a crucifix. His final accessory is a resistance bar that can go into either of his hands, so I do like that. Other than that, Mr. T doesn't come with anything else, so with that out of the way, let's actually have a closer look at Mr. T. And so here we have a closer look at Mr. T, and I think Mattel has done a really good job with Mr. T now. It's not to the levels of Hulk Hogan, at least in my opinion. I think Mr. T here is a very solid figure in his own right. I kind of think Hulk Hogan had better likeness, but for what it is, this is a very good figure. I do like this version of Mr. T. Now I know we have gotten two other versions of Mr. T. We had the Comic-Con exclusive version, and then we had the 2-pack with Piper. This is the Ultimate Edition Mr. T, which I think looks really nice. I do like the accessories he comes with. I do feel like he could have come with more hands. Hogan came with a plethora of hands, and Mr. T unfortunately only came with 2 sets, which is a little bit unfortunate. Head sculpt looks very solid on both of them. They look really nice. I think I might display him with his teeth gritting head because I think it looks a little bit better than this one. This is still a really nice head sculpt. Now, the paint apps aren't the cleanest. You can see right here on his mohawk, it's not painted all the way down, and then there is some mist paint right here in the front. But overall, his hair is done very nicely. I do like the way it came out. Mr. T here looks very impressive. As far as his body goes, I believe that this is the same torso that they used for Jeff Hardy. I want to say that because I did put on the tank top that Jeff Hardy came with, and it looks just about the same. I think that's a missed opportunity. Mr. T was a bigger guy. Well, not bigger, but he was very in shape, and I'm surprised they didn't give him a more in-shape body. Not that this is a bad body for Mr. T, I just think they could have done with more muscles here on Mr. T. It does look good though. We do have the muscular arms right here. They're not to the levels of Hulk Hogan, but they are still the muscular arms where you can see the vein on them looking really nice. Then we go on to his forearms where he does have the white wrist tape. And then I do have him with his fists at the moment. So yes, really nice skin color here. They did a really good job capturing it for Mr. T. And then we have a look at his ring gear, which was very simple for the time. I'm pretty sure for the time this was probably like state-of-the-art and flashy. We do have border stripes right here, 2 of them going all the way down to his boot, and I'm pretty sure they went down even lower. And then we do have his knee pad, which is white with the red circle and then the white circle in the middle of that. Really basic attire by today's standards, but this does fit the figure really nicely. And even though they are using the legs right here that they use for most characters, it does work because they are very form-fitting, and you really can't see too much of the definition here, which I think that was a good call by Mattel. And then you see some wrinkles right down here on the calf, so that does give it the look of wrestling tights. Then we go on to his boots, where he is wearing his signature gold boots, which look really nice. And then we do have the blue laces on the right leg and then the red laces on the left leg, as well as the black soles on his boots, and those look really nice. Overall, Mr. T here is done exceptionally well. I like the way they made him. I just feel like his torso could have been a little more shredded because Mr. T was a pretty shredded guy back in the day. He doesn't look like this now, but back in the day he looked very good. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Mr. T compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And for a quick comparison, here we do have Mr. T posed next to the Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Mr. T's articulation. Now, Mr. T does have a not a dumbbell joint, but a ball joint here in the head, which does let him look up. Can't really look down just because his chin doesn't give him enough clearance, but I do like the range there. Does turn left and right, no problem. And then we do get some pretty decent head tilt. We do have this butterfly joint, which works really nice going back. It's not cut far enough to really go forward, but it still functions really nicely. I do like that. Goes out to the side, no problem. And then he does do a full 360. He can swivel here at the bicep. Then we have a double bend here at the elbow. Now, unfortunately for his elbow, that's as far as the first joint goes. Second joint goes all the way. Then we do have a swivel hinge here at the wrist. Kind of stiff on mine, but yeah, once you get that joint loose, the hinge will move freely. Then he has a ball joint here in the torso, which does pivot forward, back, side to side really nicely. And no sideways swivel, unfortunately, but he does have rotation at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about right there, so that's pretty standard for the Ultimate Edition / Elite line. Then they do kick out to the side, no problem. We do have a swivel here at the thigh, up high in the thigh I should say. Double bend here at the knee. Unfortunately it is a little bit hindered by his knee pad right there, so do be aware of that. We do have rotation down here at the boot, as well as a hinge which does go back, and then it does go forward. And then we do have some slight rocker ankle here on Mr. T, followed by a toe hinge. So overall, Mr. T here has some pretty good articulation, and it does work for the figure. Overall, I think he came out really nicely, and I do like it for what it is. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Mr. T posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Ultimate Edition Mr. T posed for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way this figure came out. I can't help but feel like this figure did get the short end of the stick when it came to accessories. Now, I do understand that Mr. T here is a lot of reuse, and they kind of have to do that to make ends meet with a lot of figure lines. I just feel like they could have thrown it up a little bit more with Mr. T here. Now, I do appreciate the fact that we do get two soft goods article of clothing. We get the Hulkamania shirt, and then we get his entrance robe, which is a very nice accessory. I kind of feel like Mr. T could have done with some extra hands, maybe some flat palmed hands and pointing hands, just like Hulk Hogan got, because I think that would have worked for this figure. Overall, I'm still really happy with the way he came out. Mr. T here is not something that I really am a fan of. I'm not a fan of celebrities in wrestling, but you gotta give credit to Mr. T. He actually did train to be in the ring, and he actually made an appearance at 2 WrestleManias, WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2, so you gotta give him props for at least putting in the effort. I wish more celebrities would actually put that kind of effort into wrestling. Mr. T here is a fantastic figure, don't get me wrong. I just feel like he did get the short end of the stick. More accessories are always welcome with these Ultimate Edition figures, and the extra head and alternate hands would have been much better than what we got, but overall still happy with Mr. T. Now, I did pick up my Mr. T from Ringside Collectibles. As you guys did see my unboxing, I did pick up him and Hulk Hogan. These are starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video. I did go into Target, and I saw them put out a fresh case of Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan and Mr. T, so they are starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video. So if you haven't already done so, definitely give Mr. T a look at. He's a really nice figure, and I can see a lot of people using his body as a base for a lot of custom figures. This is one thing I really do like about Ultimate Edition figures. They have better articulation than Elite figures. So if you're really good at kit bashing, you can really find some use for these parts and pieces. So really nice figure here Mr. T is. So I really do recommend him if you're a fan of 80s wrestling. You just want a Mr. T in your collection. This is a really good figure to have. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other WWE Ultimate Edition videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.